very gracefully climb this gate while you're talking.
Hi, baby. I know. I'm sorry, Johnny. Hi, Mikey. Oh. Hi, baby girl. Hi, everybody. This is Maybelle. Hi. Hi. She's very happy to get a little snack this morning. Hi. I know. Hold on, I'm trying to break it. Be a lady. Be a lady. Hold on. So today is Giving Day.
Mikey's coming up.
Hi, buddy. What we're doing is we're sharing some stories around the sanctuary all day, like Mikey and Maybelle. And we're going live so that y'all can meet some of the staff here, meet some of the residents, and really just get to know what we're doing here a little bit better. And we have a special offer going on right now. We have a match. I'm sorry, baby, I don't have any more. We have a match, so every gift that you give right now will be literally doubled, which is fantastic. Hi, babe. I know. Never stop treats. So every donation that you give now, either in the link in our bio on Instagram, on our website, via phone, or actually on Facebook, if you just click donate on Facebook, if you're on the Facebook feed, will be matched by a generous supporter up to $5,000, which is so important because our medical bills are out of control right now. Because a lot of our animals are really getting up in age. We have a lot of elder care happening, a lot of palliative care. So every gift you give now will be matched. And people have already started giving, so I wanted to say thank you to Jamie M, Natasha M, Kathleen H, Chris B, Sharon R, Nancy B, Kathleen F, thanks Kathleen, Lygia, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, Trudy, Margaret, Don G, LJ, hey LJ, Rosa M. Hey Rosa, thank you for the phone call this morning. Thanks so much for giving. We love you. Lori and Courtney.
We also just got another donation.
Oh, from who?
Francine Adrian.
Hi, Francine. Thank you so much. So we are here with Mikey and Maybelle, who has completely abandoned me because I'm out of alfalfa cubes, which shows where her loyalty is. And then beautiful, beautiful, sweet, lovely angel in the back, my sweet boy, Caesar. And I'm here with Susan, who is been here for a very long time, so she's got really good relationships with all the animals here. And what do you do here, Susan?
So I'm the administrative manager, so I make sure that the offices are running smoothly, but I also am the manager of the weekends, which means that I'm in charge of things like the Humane Education tours and our store. You can get some lovely merch at our store, including some beautiful Go Vegan hoodies.
Yes, and our Pride logo right here.
Yes, indeed.
Online right now.
And I am known to many of the cows as the bringer of the treats. They hear my voice and they know alfalfa cubes are in their future. Hi, babies.
And so you're responsible for the weekends here. What does that mean?
So every weekend we're open from 10:30 to 4 o'clock. And you can come and visit us, and you can come and visit almost 400 animals. You can take a tour.
Johnny Boy is mad that we're over here. He sounds like a bullhorn.
He does.
Sorry, buddy.
Possibly how it got its name.
Yeah, that's true. I know, JB. I hear you.
The tours are at 11, 12, 1, and 2, and you get to go around and meet a bunch of our animals and hear their stories, where they came from, how they've been doing since they came here. We also have snacks in our gift shop and, again, the merchandise. And you can always do a self-guided tour as well. We have stations set up where you can read all sorts of information about all of the different animals.
So why do you think it's important that people come to visit Woodstock Sanctuary?
It's super important to know what's going on in the world and to know what's going on with your food. It's talkative today. When you come to the sanctuary, if you're already vegan, it's just a nice, peaceful place where animals are being treated very, very well. And if you're not vegan yet, you get to learn about maybe why that's an important decision that you need to start thinking about. A lot of folks come who are vegetarian, for example, and they don't realize the harm that's being done in the dairy industry or the egg industry. And these tours that you take when you come to the sanctuary, they explain a lot about what's going on in the background that they intentionally don't want you to see. That they intentionally don't want you to see. And so once your eyes are open to some of those things, you can start making more educated decisions about what you're putting into your body.
I think what's so profound, and when I watch, honey, it's okay, don't worry. Flies are terrible. It's okay. It's all right.
Let's hop out.
Yeah. No more alfalfa cubes. Is that people think they know things about the industries, and it's actually, buddy, we don't have any more. And it's actually just things that you've been taught by corporations. So he's like, where's my alfalfa cubes? So for Maybelle, for instance, is actually a milking demonstration cow. So she was rescued from the dairy industry, and she was impregnated 4 times, and her babies were taken from her. And she was used as a colonial milking demonstration. So she was literally milked on display for years before she came here. And Mikey jumped off the back of a transport truck in South Jersey. Buddy, you got snot on your nose.
It's allergy season.
He's not camera ready.
We
He's
have
like,
a
I'm
few
always-
donations coming in.
Thank you.
We
you
have
for that.
Barbara Bonomo.
Thanks, Barbara. So Mikey, he jumped when he was a baby, because they go to slaughter when they're babies. So he was like 1/3 the size he is now. And he jumped off the back of the slaughter truck, and he ran for his life. He was chased by the police, and they actually rammed into him with a cop car. And so when he came here, he was horrified. I mean, it was years before he trusted anybody.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
You can actually see that video on our MooTube page on our YouTube. We have a lot of their rescue stories right there online for everybody to check out. So if you can't come visit us, you can always check out our YouTube page and all of our social media as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's people think, oh, you have this one animal who decided to try to save his own life. The truth of the matter is, he just got lucky. They're all trying to escape. They're all totally freaked out. They all know what's happening, or they don't know what's happening, and that's terrifying too. So, a lot of folks think that, he just specifically had the will to live, whereas all the other ones didn't. It's very much not the case. Everybody is trying to get out of that situation. He was just lucky.
Yeah, and we have a lot of animals here that are escapees, either from slaughterhouses, from farms, or from transport, because oftentimes, especially in industrial farming, the only time they have a chance to escape is when they're being loaded on the trucks and loaded off the trucks. And so that's a lot of times when they just literally make a break for it. And I think of Cece the pig, who ran and got herself to a horse farm where there was somebody who took pity on her and rescued her. Or David, who jumped off the back of a transport truck and was running down the Long Island Expressway when he was found by police. So we have these animals that have really just ran, and they can be representatives for all of those who just didn't see an open door. And as Susan was saying, it's not that they're more valuable, it's just that they got a shot, and that there was some kind person who decided to show mercy on the other end, which is also huge. Usually they're just returned to the people that were going to kill them. So how long have you been here? 6 years?
5 years.
5 years.
5 years, just a couple weeks ago.
So what do you think is the most profound thing we do here at the sanctuary?
I think that just folks having the chance to meet these animals is just so important. I think that people have that aha moment where they realize that, milk isn't cruelty-free, that eggs are not, nobody dies for eggs. Yeah, they do. All of the male chicks die. All of the females that are considered spent, they all pass away. Not pass away, they're killed. Yeah. When folks start to make those connections between what's on their plate and who is in front of them, that's the moment where these animals stop becoming a commodity or a cube inside of a package and become animals again. And then meat is no longer just a weird shaped thing that you purchase at the grocery store. It's a part of a body of somebody that you've met. And I think that really flips the switch in a lot of people's heads.
Yeah, I think so too. One thing that we hear a lot is, oh, I've never met a farmed animal. Yeah. And I think, yeah, you have. They just have been on the other end of your fork. that's the only contact, like that's the only physical contact most people have with this type of animal. And so you get to come to a sanctuary and you get to meet these beautiful, there's Caesar back there, Munchin, who's a gentle giant. You get to meet Caesar and see that he's a full-grown male Holstein. The Holsteins being dairy cows, and the males are just discarded at birth or raised for veal and killed until they're 6 months old. So, how often do you get to meet a giant rescued male dairy cow?
Only at a sanctuary.
Only at a sanctuary.
Only
They
at
don't
a
exist.
sanctuary.
Old farmed animals don't exist in
Right.
the world outside of sanctuaries or private homes or micro sanctuaries. And so it's so, I don't know, it's so magic to be able to do that and to see everybody.
Yeah, I mean, we have cows that are 17 years old. 17 years old, when in the industry you're looking at 16 weeks for veal, 16 months for meat,
Yeah.
4 years maybe for dairy.
Yeah.
So to see somebody who's coming up on 20 years old is just, it's amazing.
It's so amazing.
It's also why we have such incredible medical bills.
Yeah, elderly care is really where a lot of your money goes, and it's not only caring for the animals that are right here in front of you, but it's also being able to demonstrate compassion and empathy, which is truly transformative. That we're able to show that we care about these animals, that we care about Mikey and Maybelle and Caesar, and that really changes hearts and minds. Why don't we go in here so we can actually show folks what the pasture looks like?
Absolutely.
So you can see the cow pasture actually extends into the woods, which is like cow heaven. So in the summer, if you come on visits and it's really hot, you might just see the cows lined up and grazing against the woods, because this is their favorite thing to do. So it actually, the fence line extends all the way, quite a long way into the woods.
The sun
Hi,
might make it
Kaylee.
a little tricky to get a shot of that.
And Kaylee is the beautiful, beautiful white cow right there. And it's her 7-year anniversary of her escaping from a slaughterhouse in outside of Philadelphia, in a Philadelphia suburb. She bolted. She was about 1/3 the size she is now. She's now a very, very muscular bodybuilder body type. She bolted from a slaughterhouse, ran for her life. Local activists rallied to save her, and she was actually issued a gubernatorial pardon by the governor of Pennsylvania to come to Woodstock Sanctuary. And she's the belle of the ball. She's definitely the Marilyn Monroe of the cow herd.
And there's a great video on our YouTube page of her meeting the other big steer. So there's a very adorable video of this tiny little Kaylee meeting Elvis and Ralphie and I believe Andy at the time.
Yeah.
When Andy was still with us.
And she's so beautiful. She's got these beautiful blonde curls that are piled on top of her head.
People come in and they talk about braiding her tail because her tail is so pretty.
But yeah, these guys are really, that's another thing that I think that's so great about the tours is a lot of people come here expecting a petting zoo, which is great because then they come here wanting to meet animals and not really knowing too much about what we're doing and our mission. And we are able to really show folks what the sanctuary perspective is of these animals, that they're here. They're here and we're trying to let them live as naturally as they possibly can, which means that if Dylan wants to hang out in the woods versus coming over and saying hi to you and your kid, then Dylan stays in the woods. And if the pigs are cranky and don't want you to go into their area,
pen,
then that's
yeah.
fine. Or if Mikey's like, I'm done with this, get these flies off me, we get out of his room. Like, it's their space, and it's, they're not entertainment, they're not forced to perform for us, they're just themselves, and they take their own time, and we're just here to try to make their lives as comfortable and as happy as we possibly can, and to tell their stories as much as we can, and that's it. So that's really, I think, it's a radically different experience than going to a zoo or going to a petting zoo or any place where the goal is to be entertained. The goal here is to just meet some animals and learn about them.
And learn their personalities.
Yeah.
I think that's what's really important here is that everybody's got a name and everybody's got a story
Yeah.
and everybody has their things that they like and the things that they don't like. try giving a green apple to Dylan.
No,
It's not gonna happen.
He's very picky
He's
about his
very
apples.
picky about what apples he eats. Loves apples, but just the kinds that he likes.
Yeah.
So we do our best to learn what they prefer and to meet them where they're at.
Yeah, completely. So again, if you donate a gift today to help us with the animal care and the other work being done here at the sanctuary, your gift will be matched. We have a very generous supporter that's doubling every gift that comes in, up to $5,000, which is really big for us. It's expensive to run a sanctuary. It's expensive to do our weekends where we educate 10,000 people a year, and it's expensive just to do this work. So if you give a gift right now, it will be matched. We will thank you in the next video, and you've got our gratitude all the way around. And also come visit us on the weekend.
Yeah.
It's a great experience. It's been beautiful up here. Come, even if there's rain in the forecast, here's a tip. Even if there's rain in the forecast, come up, because we do tours rain
Regardless.
or shine. As long as it's safe and there's not like really scary thunderstorms, we'll do a tour. And actually, the animals really want to be engaging if it's not really hot out and if there are smaller groups. So you get really what amounts to a private tour if you come here when there's bad weather. So even if your app is saying there's going to be rain, which has happened every weekend so far this year, come up here, and it's, pigs and mud are the best.
Pigs and mud are the best. And the other thing is, you bring your galoshes, you're prepared for the day. The cows, the pigs, they love the cooler weather. They love the wetter weather. They love it.
Yeah.
When it's dry and hot, forget it. They're out in the shade.
With the turkeys. The turkeys
Just
are
like
bred.
us.
Yeah, the turkeys are bred to get so big that they don't do well in the heat. So if you come here when it's nice and cooler, it's raining, you're way more likely to get a turkey to hug you. Those are just facts.
Yeah.
So thanks everybody. If you ask any questions, I don't know if anyone had any questions or any comments.
Where are we located?
Where are we located? We are in, right here, we are in High Falls, New York, which is right near New Paltz in the Hudson Valley. So we're about 90 minutes north of New York City. So people come up for a day trip. We're also pretty accessible via public transportation, and there's Lyft and Uber locally. So about 90 minutes from New York, about 3 hours from Philadelphia. So pretty accessible.
90 minutes from Albany, too.
Yeah. Yes.
Henry has a question.
Hi,
He's
Henry.
asking, how old is the tiniest herd now? When he came up, they were just babies.
They're 2 years old. So they were born 2016 all the way from January to April. So Prince was our last tiniest herd baby, and he was born in April, actually on the day that Prince died. So he's a little over 2 years old, and everyone else is about 2.5. They're huge. So also Henry, we thought it was really cute when they were little to bend over and get them to jump on our backs. So that there are a couple of them, Raymond specifically, who still think that's cute, and he weighs like 180 pounds. So we've learned our lesson.
Do not tie your shoes in the tiniest herd field.
No, we thought it was really cute. We were like doing our own version of goat yoga, and then no. So lesson learned. So we will not do that again if we rescue some more babies. But they're great. They're amazing. And what's so cool is that they, you can actually, so if you go out in the pasture that we have that faces the creek, a lot of them live there, and that's where our tiniest herd barn is. And you'll see Tova likes to hang out with her 2 babies, Hallie and Raymond, and Sassy likes to hang out with her 2 babies, Tuesday and Lucy. And so you still see these family units, even though they're grown and they're bigger than, and some of them are bigger than their moms. You still see this family unit.
Yeah, they
and,
opt to hang out together.
Yeah, so even though they're in a herd and they have all these options of friendships, they choose to stay together, which I think speaks to the power of family and friendship, and also the bonds that we're allowing them to have here.
Yeah, that they are denied in the dairies and meat places.
Yeah,
because
because those babies would just be taken away from their moms either at birth or soon after.
Connor has a question.
Hi, Connor.
What are the donations going to go towards?
So good question. So they're general operating, but right now we spent so much money on medical bills that's really what it goes to, because we spent over our budget this month and last month. We've had Moby broke his leg. Colin and Woody have been super expensive. We just took in a bunch of new potbelly pigs that were from a severe neglect case. 3 potbelly pigs that are mechanically blind, meaning their faces are so fat that they can't see. They've been so overfed. You'll meet them later today. You'll also meet Colin and Woody later today. So it really is urgent rescue is our most pressing need, and that's, you know, that's where we've been spending a lot of money. So you'll meet the potbellies are adorable.
They really are.
Yeah. So that's been a lot. And then also, like I was saying in an earlier, most of our population, because we've been around for 14 years, we have about 1/3 is considered geriatric. So that's astounding. And that means a lot of palliative care, a lot of hospice care, a lot of arthritis. Like, we're giving arthritis meds to a lot of the animals here, pain relief, things that you would be giving to your dog, you know, once they're at 10, 12, 14 years old. Hi, Kaylee. Hi, gorgeous. We have to give, that's how we take care of the older animals here, including end-of-life care. Hi, baby girl. What are you doing?
He's like, I'm thirsty now.
I know. That's gorgeous. I just think she's beautiful.
One of the questions we get a lot on the tours is about the flies and how, you know, oh, they've got so many flies on them. Isn't that awful? And we do, you know, we're giving them some garlic now in their cow balls. There's these peanut butter and etc. in these. They get their meds in those. But also, you know, our cows mostly have their tails, so their tails are used to swat the flies away. In the dairy industry, they crop the tails. They have things to itch against. We also keep our fields very, very clean, and you can help us with that by coming to volunteer with us.
You too can shovel cow poop.
But just imagine, you know, an area this size would be fence to fence with cows in the industry, with nobody picking up that poop regularly. So if you think that flies are bad here in an area where we're constantly cleaning up the poop, just imagine what their situations are like on those farms where they don't pick up the poop.
Yeah, and
so
here it's only a couple months out of the year too.
Yeah,
So it really
absolutely.
is like from summer, like the summer season.
Yeah.
But you can see Kaylee's fly swatting her own self.
And the cows, they'll stand next to each other, you know, face and a butt on one end and a face and a butt on the other end, and they'll actually swat the flies off of each other's faces while they're swatting the flies off their own hind sides.
Very smart, Kaylee. So we want to say thank you to everyone. So tune in again in a little bit. You can see the schedule actually just on Instagram or on Facebook. We posted it, or we sent out an email this morning if you're on our email list. If you're not on our email list, you can join it on our website. Oftentimes you get like first event announcements and specials and all of that. And I just want to say thanks to everyone who donated so far. It really helps, and again, your gift will be matched. And we just are so grateful to be able to come to you and show you a little bit of the work we're doing with your support.
Thank you.
So thank you. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.